Alrighty, so this week's episode of Operation Be Less Fat. This is going to be a short one. It's a cooking video, and I'm going to show you how I like to make my favorite pancakes. These are low carbohydrate, high protein pancakes, and they are so good that my kids actually prefer them over regular pancakes. It's a really quick recipe, really easy to do. And it's something that's also very easy to adjust based on your macro requirements. So it's one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. I thought I would share it with you. I've never done a cooking video before, so don't beat me up too much. But without further ado, here's the video. All right, so my protein pancakes that are also low carb. I think I've mentioned before that I use the RP Diet app. This is a diet app from Renaissance Periodization. And basically what you do is you pick out foods that you want to eat and you plug them into your meal, and it'll tell you the proportion of each food that you can have in that meal. Now, I've seen recipes in the past that are just like this one. So the pancake recipe that we're going to make today, this calls for quick oats, egg whites, low-fat cottage cheese, and then I like to put in just a touch of vanilla whey protein powder. So what I do is the pancake recipes that I've seen have very similar ingredients to this. And one day I was planning my breakfast and I thought, you know what, instead of cooking my eggs and having some cottage cheese and making some oatmeal, I'm pretty sure I can make a pancake out of this. And I found some recipes that they use a variety of things. They use things like bananas and all that stuff. Well, I just took these ingredients and plugged them into the RP Diet app, and here's the result. I was told that I can have 100 grams of cottage cheese, 205 grams of egg whites, and 25 grams of oats. Now, in the video, I think I was at a different phase of my diet than this one, so there might have been slightly more oats. I'm not sure. We'll see here in a moment. But basically, you throw everything into a container on the food scale, stick a blender in it, and you're good to go. So let's get to how this process works. So I mentioned before, it's as easy as just putting everything on a scale and dumping the ingredients in. You'll see, let's see, what do I measure this out to? Today was 187 grams, so I was probably supposed to do 185 grams because my diet on that day was a little different than, I just took the screenshot today. I forgot to add one for the day that I did it, but 185 grams of egg whites for this particular recipe. So after you add your egg whites, you tar out the scale, or tar, I don't know. Then you start adding your oats. It's as simple as that. It'll start recognizing in a second, and we'll see how much I added this day. Did I go to 25? Oh, looks like I was granted more carbs on those days. 30 grams. Now what I like to do is this adds a little bit of flavor and it kind of thickens up the mix a lot without adding additional carbohydrates. I like to put a little bit of vanilla protein powder in my pancakes. Like I said, it thickens them up a little bit, and it also gives a nice bit of flavor because without that vanilla protein powder in there, it can be a little bit bland. So I like to add that just a little bit on top of the ingredients that are called for. Now you just add a little bit of cottage cheese, which if you guys are following along, it's pretty easy to figure out how much to add. You make sure the number on the bottom of the scale matches the number that you're allotted in your macros for the day. For me, it's around 100 grams of cottage cheese. Now for this next part, I'm going to go ahead and leave the sound on because everybody loves to hear the sound of a blender doing its thing. And also the kind of stick blender that I have is actually pretty quiet. I make these pancakes almost every morning when I get up before my wife and kids, and they do not hear a thing. And now for the two parts of the video that I know everybody is waiting for, is does this stuff pour like a regular pancake batter? And how does it respond to being in the pan? I'm here to tell you that these things make excellent pancakes. They're very easy to turn, and when you do turn them, it looks exactly like a pancake should. Alrighty, so like I said, these pancakes come out just like any other pancakes. They might be a little bit thin because these don't have a ton of carbohydrates in them. If you're able to eat a little bit more carbs than I am, you can put a little more oatmeal in them and they'll be a little bit thicker. But I go ahead and put some sugar-free maple syrup on them. And these things are about as good as any pancakes you're going to have. Now, another funny thing is I tried to do like the payoff. So I came down to the computer and I recorded myself talking, drinking my morning coffee, and taking a bite of these pancakes for you. The problem was I have a microphone on my camera that's in front of me, and then I have a microphone that I'm talking into. Well, I forgot to hit the thing in my software that it doesn't record the microphone on the camera in front of me. So basically you had an echo, which was really annoying because here I am showing you what the pancakes look like. And then I'm going to do the Food Network thing where I take a bite and I say, those are delicious pancakes. And I really don't know what else I was talking about at this point, but you can clearly see that I'm eating my pancakes and drinking some ice water out of a protein shaker, because that's just how I do it in the morning, along with my cup of coffee there. So I'm going to go ahead and end it now. That's the recipe for my low carbohydrate, high protein pancakes. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if you decide to try to make these for yourself. Let me know how they turned out when you tried them. As for now, I'm going to take off. I will talk to you guys later. Eating.